of the inning. So 2 pitches and an out. So Antico and McGeehan coming up still here in the first inning for St. John's. Number 0, Mike Antico, the senior, left-handed batter, also batting .229. St. John's looking to turn around offensively. They've had struggles, and that one is hit out to center field. Now the wind is blowing straight back. Gamble goes back, and that is a home run, and it is quickly 1-0. St. John's. Anything hit up in the air will definitely carry. And for Mike Antico, that is his first home run and 5th RBI of the year. So before the game, I talked down the line to Chris, who's running the game for us back in the KBAD studio, and I said, I think we're going to see some home runs today, and I know you're listening on the radio. You heard your first home run for St. John's, Mike Antico. So 1-0 St. John's on top. That'll bring up Sean McGeehan, the left fielder, right-handed batter, batting .286. Maddox throws over to Pfeiffer there just to make sure that Antico, hitting his first home run, didn't get so excited that he missed first base. The umpire says, oh no, he had first base, and he does get the home run. So McKeon takes the first one a little bit low, 1-0 the count. And the 1-0 pitch, and this one is popped up. Now this one will not go out of the infield. First baseman Pfeiffer calls off Maddox and makes the catch for a pop-up out and the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, the DH Mitchell Henshaw, number 11, the senior, batting .286. Henshaw out of Brockport, New York. For St. John's, they bill themselves as New York's team. And this one grounded to short. Rosenberg gets it, collects it, so throws it over to Pfeiffer. So quick inning, but the St. John's Red Storm put one up on the board, 1-0. We'll go to the bottom of the second, live from Early Wilson. For the Rebels, they will be sending up James Gamble, Alex Amelbrew, and Jack Thomas Wold to start the bottom of the second inning. James Gamble batting .283 on the year. Right-handed batter with a bunch of speed. 3 for 4 in stolen bases, so just looking to get out anyway. And Jojo Rodriguez throws the first one in there, and it misses high and away for a ball. 1-0 the count. And the next pitch, JoJo delivers, and that one in for strike, 1-1 the count. JoJo Rodriguez, the right-handed pitcher, junior. Got kind of a fast delivery out of Vineland, New Jersey, and that one misses, 2-1 the count. As I said, the wind blowing out, it doesn't appear to be as blustery. I mean, pretty much straight out. That one misses outside, 3-1 the count. But pretty much to straight out dead center field definitely helped the ball travel for a home run for St. John's in the top of the first. I'm going to guess about 18-mile-an-hour wind to dead center. It's a bark in the park day here at Early Wilson, and that one a big swing and a miss, so the count will go full to James Gamble. Said the Rebels won last night, 6-1. Looking to take their second consecutive series here at Early Wilson, and that one is out to right field. Abenati chases, dives, and does not make the catch, and Gamble will motor all the way for a stand-up triple to start it out. Abenati actually dove for it. His glove fell off right in front of the 335 club there, down in right field. And that was all it took for Gamble to easily get into third. A stand-up triple to start it off for the Rebels. So Alex Amelbrew will now come up with a runner at third and no outs. Alex batting .296 on the year. He has 5 RBI. Looking for number 6 right here. Wouldn't even take a hit. Rodriguez sets and delivers, and the first one high and away, 1-0 the count. And the 1-0, and that one is in for a strike, 1-1 the count. Actually, I think I made a mistake. It's Randy Upton, the home plate umpire today. Let's see if I can get on the same page as Upton. I like to try to call the balls and strikes before the umpire shows it. That one should be inside, 2-1 the count. So Gamble at third, a lot of speed. Anything in the outfield should score him. We are in the landing pattern as McCarron is just a stone's throw away, and the Jets are coming right over the field. That one a big swing and a miss. The ball looked a little bit up, so 2-2 the count. There are enough clouds today. The sun may not become as big of a factor. Of course, right field, boy, once that sun starts to get low, right field can become very tough to play here at Early Wilson. The 2-2, and that one, well, Amelbrew went fishing for that one. That was out of the strike zone, but he swings, and that is the first out of the inning. So Jack Thomas Wold, the DH today, the junior, will come up, batting .283, left-handed batter. 1-0 here, just getting started at the new and renovated Earl E. Wilson on the campus of UNLV. Of course, Mountain West basketball action happening just over at the Thomas and Mack, but it's San Diego State and Utah State, so a lot of Rebel fans are like, who cares? First pitch, Rodriguez, and Wold takes it low. Nice stop by Wetero, the catcher for the Red Storm, keep Gamble at third. Lazaro, the shortstop, is playing very deep, so something even hit to any of the middle infielders will definitely score Gamble. I'm sure Gamble, if it's on the ground, will be coming home with 1 out now. That one fouled off, 1-1 the count. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. Rebels will be right back in action tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And the 1-1 pitch, and that one is right back up the middle. The one place Jack Thomas Wold could hit it, and Gamble couldn't score, and that is back to JoJo Rodriguez, the pitcher, who looks Gamble back, tosses it over easily to Markey at first, and 2 outs in the inning. Oh, the Rebels can't cash in on a leadoff triple. That is going to haunt them. It'll be up to Eric Bajani, the junior, to see if they can with 2 outs. Nice play by Rodriguez to make sure that didn't go through and kept Gamble right where it is. First pitch misses, 1-0 the count. Do not forget, everybody, it's that beautiful weekend where we lose an hour and spring forward. So tomorrow will be a little bit shorter, only 23 hours. Here, if you are in Nevada. That one way inside, 2-0 the count. I suppose if you're listening in Arizona, you're laughing at us right now. Ha ha, we don't lose an hour. Well, good for you. I wish we didn't hear in Nevada either. But that's neither here nor there. It is a 2-0 count to Bajani. Eric betting 382. We'll see how carefully they're pitching him here. And that one right back up the middle, and that will deliver the run. So a single by Bajani scores Gamble, and that will be the first run for the Rebels, and a big 2-out hit lifts the Rebels back into a tie here in the bottom of the first, 1 apiece. That will lift up a dugout. So 1-1 here. Start the game all over again. But a Darian Williams now, number 5 hitter, will come on, batting 228. So that is the 12th RBI for Bajani. Eric has tried 1 stolen base. He got caught, so 0 for 1 so far. You know, catcher speed. That one in for a strike, 0-1 the count. And I apologize to Eric Van Metren if you are listening or watching, as he was a catcher, had catcher speed, but also, I think one year, I'm sure, had double-digit stolen bases too. So, 0-1. Wow, that one was up and high inside. 1-1 the count. Darian still looking to get it going here in the young season. I'm sure he is not happy. Well, actually, 298. He has been getting. Actually, that's not bad, but still over 300 is where he wants to be. That one misses. 2-1 the count. And the 2-1 pitch, and that one way outside, 3-1. Rodriguez checks Bajani at first, and the 3-1 to Williams, and that one is hammered foul. Rodriguez looks in for the sign. Really slows down when he's got a runner on. Very quick to the plate without it. Bajani goes, and that one misses. Goes all the way to the backstop. Bajani will stop at second, so the Rebels still in business here with 2 on and 2 outs here. Tie ball game here, bottom of the first. And that will bring up the number 6 hitter, Austin Krizik, batting 250. He had a home run last night. 2 home runs on the season and 6 RBI. And the wind's blowing straight out for him. Right fielder, number 24, Austin Krizik. So Krizik steps in, playing right field today. And he's got a runner in scoring position. Rodriguez sets and delivers, and the first pitch way outside. 1-0 the count. So though each team has given up 1, Maddox's inning went very quickly. The Rebels making JoJo Rodriguez work a little bit more. Rodriguez sets, and the 1-0 pitch. The right-handed Krizik, and that one is in for a strike. The count will go to 1-1. Outfielders playing pretty deep, especially the center fielder Antico. And the 1-1, and that one a check swing. He does check. They appeal down to first base. First base umpire Jared Farron says no swing, and the count goes to 2-1. If you are coming out to Earl E. Wilson sometime this year, you will see the changes. A lot more shade than there has been in the past. They put in some stanchions and extra shade and some new seats, more comfortable seats. So Trying to make your experience out here at the ballpark a little bit better. It is Bark at the Park. See if we can get some dogs in here later. Who knows? 2-1, and that one off speed misses over Austin's head, so the count will go to 3-1. So Rodriguez one pitch away from loading the bases here. Austin Pfeiffer, the first baseman for the Rebels, on deck. He would love to get an opportunity to put a crooked number up for the Rebels. Right now, one apiece here in the bottom of the first inning. The 3-1 pitch, and that one is way outside, and the count goes to 4-1, which means Krizik walks to first base. So bases loaded now. Austin Pfeiffer, right-handed batter, will step in. Austin batting 196. He does have a home run and 8 RBI, so great opportunity for Austin. Rodriguez showing a little bit of control problem. We talked about that at the beginning of the game. He has more walks than innings pitched, which for a starting pitcher, or a relief pitcher for that matter, not the best number that you want to see. So let's see if Austin takes his first pitch. Rodriguez sets and delivers, and that one high, 2-1. Or sorry, 1-0 the count. Bases loaded. Bijani at third. Williams at second. And Krizik at first. Wind blowing out. And this one will be fouled. Straight back, 1-1 the count. You sometimes wonder how much the wind blowing out plays into the mind of a batter. And if they lose their patience because they want to get one up into that airstream. Krizik was able just to make sure that the pitch was his. He never got it, and he took the walk. And that one way outside, so the count goes to 2-1. Mike Hampton, the head coach for the Red Storm, not the former Colorado Rockies pitcher, Hampton. But we'll wonder when he might get some action up in the bullpen. That one misses outside, 3-1. So now Rodriguez one ball away from walking in the go-ahead run for the Rebels. And, of course, if you have been following college baseball, you know, A, no lead is safe. But B, when you have an opportunity to tack on runs, you want to do it because, go back to A, no lead is safe. So the 3-1, let's see if Pfeiffer's taken all the way, and he is. It's up and in, and that walk will put the second run on the board for the Rebels. As Bijani comes strolling home, and it is 2-1 here in the bottom of the first. So Pfeiffer picks up an RBI, his 9th of the season. That'll bring up Grant Robbins, the left fielder, batting .304. And that will get a visit to the mound, as that is, of course, the one thing, boy oh boy, you just can't be walking in runners. So the Rebels do put up a crooked number here in the first 2 so far, but the bases are still loaded, and Grant Robbins would love to tack on some more. Trevor Rosenberg, the 9-hole hitter, shortstop, on deck if Robbins can keep this alive. So let's see, you just got a visit from the dugout. Will Rodriguez groove one over? He sets and delivers, and the first pitch right down the middle of the plate for a strike. 0-1 the count. You can almost write that in as a given, can't you? Now the wind shifting to go out to left field a little bit more. Rodriguez says go over the signs again. So Wetero, the catcher for the Red Storm, puts down a new set of signs in the 0-1, and that one is out to center. Does not look too deep, and Tico actually comes in and puts it away. But the Rebels do put one on the board more than St. John's. They lead 2-1 here going to the top of the second. So left-handed batter. Foles, the third baseman, will lead off. Maddox sets and delivers here, and the first pitch, little bit outside, 1-0 the count. Maddox sets and delivers, and the next one also misses, 2-0 the count. So Justin Foles batting .237 on the year. He does have 2 home runs. And he, of course, would love to put one up in the jet stream. And this one right back to Maddox, backhands it nicely. Tosses underhand Pfeiffer for the first out of the inning. So nice defensive play there. It wasn't really hit too hard back, but it was almost like Maddox was so slowly hit back that he had to kind of double clutch, but he backhanded it, tossed underhand for the first out of the inning. So Ryan Markey, the first baseman, right-handed batter, the senior, batting .167. Markey out of Royersford, Pennsylvania. I must admit, until today, I'd never heard of Royersford, Pennsylvania. So we're going to say that Ryan Markey is the pride of Royersford, Pennsylvania. And this one out to right field, drifting over is Krizik, and he makes the out. So quickly 2 outs here. And if Maddox is on his game, that's what you see. Given how many strikeouts he has as opposed to how many walks, the batters can't sit there and try to wait him out because they'll be down in the count 0-2. So it's a lot of early swings when Maddox is on. And so far today, early, he appears to be on. Wetteroo shows up. Left-handed batter. He gets in there and he takes the first one. Guess what? That's right, first strike, 0-1 the count. Colin Wetteroo, the sophomore, batting .214. He's only played in 4 games this year, so that .214 is only at 14 at-bats. That one misses, 1-1 the count. And the pitch, and a slow pitch, and swung through it, 1-2 the count. And the 1-2 pitch, and that one just misses outside. Count evens up, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the second, projecting. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of the second right here. That one out to left field. Robbins comes in and makes the catch. So there we go. That was just a profit. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Rebels up, 2-1, live from Early Wilson. And it is the bottom of the second, 2-1, UNLV on top of St. John's here. Beautiful day in the 70s, wind blowing straight out right now. And it'll be the number 9 hitter for UNLV, Trevor Rosenberg, batting .125 on the year. Going up against Jojo Rodriguez, who didn't have a first inning that I want to write home about, but he did limit the damage, left the bases loaded. 2-1 right now, Rebels on top. Rosenberg takes the first one outside and high, 1-0. There is now action in the St. John's bullpen. see how long Rodriguez can stay in the game. And if he's not dealing strikes, that one hits the bottom part of the strike zone, so 1-1 the count. And the 1-1 pitch, and that one is chopped right up the middle. Wow, Rosenberg really went down low. I'm not sure that was in the strike zone, but he drills that one. It goes right back up the middle for a single. So Trevor gets his 5th hit of the season, and he's on board. Now, Trevor has 1 stolen base and 1 attempt this year, and James Gamble, always a threat to bunt. Let's see if the Rebels play a little small ball here. St. John's is thinking it may happen. Justin Fultz, the third baseman, playing right in on the edge of the grass, so he's ready. Rosenberg over at first, pretty good lead. And the first pitch, and Gamble swings away, pops it up, and luckily for the Rebels and Gamble, it goes out of play. Because that is the one thing you do not want to see James Gamble do, is hit the ball in the air with his speed. It would be tough to double him up almost anywhere he hit it. I'd love to see him at least advance the runner. So the 0-1 instead of a throw over, as Rosenberg had a pretty good lead over there. But he gets back. With Markey, the first baseman for St. John's, having to hold Rosenberg. Once again, if Gamble could bunt it down the first base line, Rebels would probably have runners on first and second. He didn't show bunt on this first one and fouled it off with a full swing. The 0-1 pitch, he does not show bunt here and takes a home run cut and misses. 0-2 the count. Perhaps a little bit of opportunity lost now as Fultz, the third baseman, plays back in a more traditional place at third base. 0-2, not expecting the bunt now. Amelbrew on deck, no outs. Rosenberg at first. Throw over to first. Ooh. Trevor was starting to lean a little bit towards second, but does get back. Good crowd here at Earl E. Wilson. Beautiful day. Bark at the park. I think I saw a sheepdog out there. Nice day. Looking happy. And Gamble hits it deep. Well, not really to left field. And McGeehan, I started to say deep because the wind is blowing out so much, but didn't really help it there. And that is an unproductive out, unfortunately, and the first out of the second inning. So Amelbrew, the right-handed batter, will step in. Rodriguez sets and delivers, throws over instead to first. Amelbrew 0 for 1 on the day. Bajani with the big hit in the first with 2 outs to make sure the Gamble's leadoff triple didn't go to waste. And the Rebels were able to tack on 1 more, so they lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the second. Rodriguez sets and delivers. There goes Rosenberg, and that one is fouled up. Boy, Rosenberg had a great jump. But, of course, Amelbrew has to be ready to swing, and it was a good pitch over the plate, and that one fouled off. But I think Rosenberg would have probably stolen that, even though we haven't seen Wettero's gun behind the plate. Would have taken a perfect throw to get Rosenberg. As I said, he had that timed out perfectly. Let's watch Rodriguez. I bet you he throws over to first here. And I'm glad I'm not at a gambling table because I would have lost that one as he delivers a strike to home plate instead. So 0-2 the count. Rodriguez did hold the ball a little bit longer there. Let's see if Rosenberg looks like he wants to go here. The 0-2, he does not go, and that one way outside. 1-2 the count. All right, so let's see. As we have a break in the action here for a second, so we need to jump our clocks forward tomorrow. Got to wash our hands for 20 seconds. Okay, we're going to get through all this stuff, aren't we? And the 1-2 instead of throw over. A little bit high, but Ryan Markey gets it. Throws his glove out there. Rodriguez Not showing the greatest control to home, and on that throw over to first, not showing the greatest control either, but Markey able to stab that one. Count still 1-2, one out here, bottom of the second. Rebels taking on the St. John's Red Storm, and this one is chopped to the middle. Lazaro, the freshman, flips it over to Bartles and completes the double play to Markey, and that'll do it. We'll go to the top of the third. 2-1, still Rebels on top, live from Early Wilson. Top of the third, Rebels on top, 2-1. Chase Maddox on the mound for the Rebels. He'll face 8-9-1. Carson Bartles, the right-handed second baseman, steps in, and he takes the first one. He chops it down to short. Bobbled a little bit there by Rosenberg, but he has time and recovers. And one pitch, one out in the top of the third. Luckily, Rosenberg, he bobbled it, but he kept it in front of him, had time, and was able to complete the out. So that'll bring up the freshman, Jake Lazaro, shortstop, batting .353 on the young year. How's that to start out your freshman season? Out of Oceanside, New York. Beautiful Oceanside, New York. The left-handed batter steps in. Maddox sets and delivers. He shows bunt, pulls it back, but takes it for a strike. Amelbrew is charging down from third. As all of a sudden the clouds have somehow dissipated it, and the sunshine is streaming on into beautiful Early Wilson Stadium. That one misses, 1-1 the count. So far I've seen a Chihuahua and a Sheepdog here at Bark in the Park. And a mutt. Gotta love the mutt. That one misses, 2-1 the count. Bark in the Park has become very popular here in the last few years. This one chopped down. Maddox is the only one that'll be able to get it. He does get it, and he flips it over to Pfeiffer. That was hit so slowly. If Maddox didn't get there, Williams was playing back at second base. I think that would have been an infield hit, but Maddox sprung off the mound. Fields his position well, as you might expect. He's probably been taught since the age of 1 to field his position, as I believe his dad has quite a few gold gloves. That'll turn over the lineup. Peter Abenati steps in, left-handed batter. Abenati 0 for 1, and he'll take the first one outside, 1-0 the count. St. John's only has one hit. It was their number 2 hitter, Mike Antico, who hit a home run right over the center field fence, going about 403 dead center, and that one in for a strike. And with the outfield fence at 400, that was just enough to get it over there. The wind probably helped make it, instead of a long out that Gamble would have put in his glove, into a home run. The 1-1, and that one is chopped down through the hole between second and first. And that will be a single and the second hit of the day for the Red Storm. So that'll bring up Antico, who is 1 for 1 with a home run. So that was Mike's first home run of the year, a solo shot. But now he'll come up with a runner at first base. Antico wears the number 0 out of Colts Neck, New Jersey. A lot of New York and Jersey players on St. John's, as you would expect. The first pitch, low part of the strike zone for a strike. 0-1 the count. Yeah, I was trying to guess. I was guessing that was a ball, and home plate umpire Randy Upton said it caught enough of the knee to be a strike. And the 0-1, and that one a big swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. So Maddox right now not shying away from pitching to Antico, who is 1 for 1 with a home run and 1 RBI. 1 run, 2 hits for St. John's, 2 runs, 3 hits for the Rebels here. Top of the third. And the 0-2 instead of throw over to first, and back is Peter Abenati. The wind has slowed down a little bit here. And the 0-2, and that one right back to Maddox. This will be his third assist. And that'll do it. So nothing going for the Red Storm. We'll go to the bottom of the third. UNLV up 2-1, live from Early Wilson. Two to one here, bottom of the third. Jack Thomas Wold will lead it off for the Rebels. It'll be Wold, Bajani, and Williams. Wold 0 for 1 left-handed batter so far today. But batting .278, he's the DH today. And he'll get this one. Nice stab by the second baseman, Bartles, for the Red Storm. And he throws over to Markey. So 1 pitch, 1 out. That one took a nice bounce, but still, Bartles had to get over there. He stabbed it with his glove, and that will be the first out of the inning for the Red Storm. So good play by the St. John's senior. And that'll bring up Eric Bajani. Sorry about that. Batting .393. He had that huge 2-out hit that allowed Gamble to score from third. Otherwise, Gamble would have been stranded over there. And that allowed the Rebels to get not only that run, but another run to take the lead now 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. The 1-0 pitch to Bajani, that's in for a strike. And the count evens up 1-1. That one hit out to left, going back, jumping up, and oh, it gets out of the glove of McGeehan, so Bajani will hustle into second base. Looked like McGeehan had that one, and it kind of ice cream coned out there. He had a long run, and it was at the warning track. That will go for a hit. That was a long run, so that'll be a double and 2 for 2 for Bajani. I'll tell you, just as I was saying the wind wasn't coming up, it gusted, and I think it blew it back a little bit more. Went out of the glove. So with 1 out now, Bajani at second. That'll give Williams a chance with a runner in scoring position. Darian walked his last time. And Rodriguez steps off. So 2 runs, 4 hits now for the Rebels. And as I said, with this wind blowing out, yeah, you better try to get every run you can, either team, because I don't think this will be a 2-1 ball game at the end. Williams takes the first one high and inside, 1-0 the count. That breaking ball did not break. So there are now the Red Storm bullpen. There's one player standing up, kind of looking out. I'm not sure if that means that he's ready to come in or what. Rodriguez sets and delivers, and that one low, 2-0 the count. So Williams and Krizik last time walked. That's what allowed the Rebels to get that second run. And right now, Williams being very patient. The 2-0 pitch, he'll foul that one off and out of play, just out of the stands. I see a kid starting to run to try to get the ball. We'll have to see if a ball goes over there. One of the dogs decides to get in the action. But the count now 2-1. Rodriguez sets and delivers, and that one gets all the way to the backstop. Easily going to third base will be Bajani on a wild pitch. Wetterell really had no chance at that one. So that is the second wild pitch of the season for JoJo Rodriguez, who is having control problems here at Early Wilson, and unfortunately for him has had control problems to start out this year, the junior. So now a runner at third. 3-1 the count to Williams. 3-1 pitch, and that one is hammered to center field. Back goes Antico. He makes the catch, but due to that wild pitch, Bajani can stroll on in for the third run for the Rebels as they take another run lead and go up by 2 here in the bottom of the third. So that wild pitch proved costly for the Red Storm. And what would have just been an out turns into a productive out and an RBI for Williams, his 5th RBI of the year. So Austin Krizik now, nobody on. The freshman right-handed batter takes the first one, and that one way outside. 1-0 the count. That one low. 2-0 the count. And Rodriguez is missing. He's not like painting the corner or just missing the corners. They're definitely balls. And so far, the Rebels have been patient. They put up 3 runs. And that one hit a mile high up in the air, center field. And Tico able to put it away for the final out. But we'll go to the top of the 4th. Rebels lead 3-1, live from Early Wilson. Top of the fourth, 3-1 UNLV over the Red Storm of St. John's. And it'll be Sean McGeehan, the right-hand batter, steps in, and he shows bunt, pulls it back, and Chase Maddox puts that first pitch in for a strike. 0-1 the count. So McGeehan, Henshaw, and Folse scheduled for the Red Storm. They're not going deep in the count on Maddox because they can't, because Maddox has been peppering that strike zone. And that one, a check swing, he holds up, and they appeal down to first base, and that will be a ball. 1-1 the count. I can't think of a time that the Maddox has had more than 2 balls on a batter so far. So they've not gotten to a 3-ball count so far. That one, a big swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. So Maddox, no record on the year, but boy, his ERA under 2.5. Unfortunately for him, have not been able to go. That one they checked down, no swing. 2-2 the count. Boy, that one looked like a strike down the plate, but it is not. So 2-2. Maddox in his senior year, and the 2-2, and that one in for a called third strike. And McGeehan is out looking. So that'll bring up Mitchell Henshaw, the right-handed DH today. First strikeout for Maddox. And that one misses. 1-0 the count. No walks issued yet by Chase, and the 1-0, and that one a check swing, but it's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Well, that's got to be something. I mean, you've got to be ready to swing because you are not getting past a 2-ball count. And the 1-1, and this one chopped down foul. Oh, almost a great play by the third base coach. But it goes all the way to the fence. And that means Brian Hendry, the sophomore, will take the long run all the way down to retrieve that ball. And that one hammered down. Hendry might as well stay there because it's in foul territory and sails right over his head into the porta potty there in the dugout. The bullpen of St. John's. So hopefully nobody was in that porta potty at the time. Otherwise, they're going to get quite the surprise. And the 1-2, Maddox delivers, and that one misses low. 2-2 the count. Let's see, Maddox can keep it from going to 3-2. And that one is popped up. Let's see if it stays in. Pfeiffer comes over into foul territory, into the dirt, and puts it away for the second out of the inning. That win probably helped keep it in fair territory. It's a few steps away from the rail. They'll bring up number 25, the third baseman, Justin Folse, the junior. Out of Monroe, Washington, so a West Coast guy in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. And one inside, 1-1. Folse 0 for 1, so now his batting average is .231. Next scheduled radio game here on 920. The game is for Tuesday night as the Rebels take on this one. Chopped down. Maddox puts his glove on it, but it goes off his glove, and that will be enough that it will be safe. Williams gets tangled up there. He tried to make the glove play over to Pfeiffer for the out, but it was not in time. So Maddox trying to get his 4th assist of the day. Does not. That will go as a hit. Probably had to. Williams is playing so far back. I think that would have been a hit. So Maddox just able to get on the glove, and that deviated enough. Like I said, I think either way that will go down as a hit. So the 3rd hit of the day for the Red Storm. So now with 1 man on and 2 out, Markey, the right-handed batting first baseman, steps in. The senior takes the first one just offside the plate. 1-0 the count. So as I was saying, the next radio game scheduled for 6 o'clock on Tuesday. But if you believe the weatherman, might be having a lot of rain. Throw over and, back just in time as Foles. Boy, that was a good move by Maddox. That would be his A-plus move. You know, sometimes pitchers will kind of lull the batters into complacency, or the runners into complacency over there. That was his A-plus move. And this one will be chopped to Rosenberg. He throws the short way to Williams, so no harm, no foul. St. John's leads one. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth, 3-1. Rebels on top, live from Early Wilson. Bottom of the fourth, Austin Pfeiffer steps in, takes the first one outside, 1-0 the count. I'll tell you what, you got to give JoJo Rodriguez, the Red Storm pitcher, credit. He's walked 3, given up 4 hits, but his team's still right in it here in the bottom of the fourth. 3-1, Rebels do lead. But he is battling it out there in the 1-0 pitch, and that one is popped straight up in the air. The catcher doesn't see it. Boy, JoJo Rodriguez doesn't. Actually, he doesn't see it. And coming in, the third baseman, Foles, makes the catch right about waist level. That was almost an adventure there. But the Red Storm get the out. Good play by Justin Foles, the third baseman, realizing that Rodriguez and Wetero, the catcher, were not going to make the play. Grant Robbins now steps in. Grant 0 for 1 on the day, so his batting average now down below 300 at 298. Takes the first one in for a strike, 0-1 the count. Robbins out of Bishop Gorman High School will take the next one in for a strike, 0-2 the count. So all of a sudden Rodriguez finding the strike zone here. I'm not sure Grant was too happy with one call, but it does not matter. The count is 0-2, and that one's way outside, 1-2 the count. So Trevor Rosenberg on deck. Trevor 1 for 1 on the day. So Robbins just trying to get on so Rosenberg can see what he can do. And this one will be slapped foul just past Kevin Higgins in the third base box. So calm. Higgy just relaxingly let that ball go by. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the fourth, Rebels up 3-1. Rodriguez sets and delivers, and that one inside. Robbins 2-2 the count. Rebels looking to take the series here. They already won last night. Of course, they will play the third game of the series tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And that one will be, what a snag by the third baseman, Foles. I thought that was targeted for left field and a base hit, but Foles laid out there. It wasn't a liner. I mean, it wasn't a shot out there, but well, I thought the placement was going to make it go into left field for a base hit. Foles made a nice play, laid all the way out, and was able to glove that for the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Trevin Rosenberg, 1 for 1 on the day. That one misses outside, 1-1 the count. Trevor with that base hit is average now up to 152, and that one misses. Of course, early in the year, you can get those 28-point jumps with a base hit. You can tell the St. John's fans happy that they serve beer here at the stadium, as I can tell the concession stand doing fine business here today. That one also misses so quickly, 3-0 to Trevor. James Gamble, the number 1 hitter, on deck in case Trevor can get on, and he will. Oh boy! All right, I was about to say he will on a 4-pitch walk, but that one called for a strike. 3-1 the count. That one went outside. 3-1, and that one bounces up there, and Trevor has the walk to first. He's busting it down there just to make sure that Wetero has to go back to catcher and get it quickly. So that is a walk. So with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, James Gamble will have an opportunity to add to the Rebel lead. Gamble 1 for 2. He led off the game with a triple to right field. Avenatti, the right fielder for St. John's, dove for it, lost his glove. The ball went all the way to the wall, and that was enough for Gamble to easily get into third with a stand-up triple. And the first pitch, that one high. 1-0 the count. Rodriguez sets, looks over at the runner, and he pitches. Ooh, that one, Gamble was showing bunt. Boy, I hope his finger's okay. That's going to be a foul ball because he offered at it, but I think it hit his right hand. But he offered at it, so I don't see how that's a hit by pitch, but he's showing the umpire his finger like he's saying, hey, I got hit by the pitch, which he did. Now, Kevin Higgins is questioning it. I got to admit, I think he offered at it, so if you offer at it, it doesn't matter if it hits you, right? That's a strike, and it is a strike. 1-1 the count. But it looks like he's okay, is Gamble, as he's staying in there. Let's see what happens on a 1-1. Throw over to first instead. Kind of surprised. So Gamble, last time Rosenberg was on with no outs, he didn't try to bunt. This time with 2 outs, he shows bunt. And actually tried to bunt. It was a strike. That actually then also hit him on the finger. So the 1-1. And that one a big swing and a miss, and 1-2 the count. Gamble now with 2 triples on the year, 4 doubles. He has struck out 14 times. The 1-2 instead of a throw over. Easily back is Rosenberg. Rosenberg did have stolen base earlier in this game. And the 1-2 pitch, and Gamble, that one misses inside. The count goes 2-2. If Gamble can keep the inning alive, it'll be Alex Amelbrew, the junior third baseman, coming up. But still some work to do here for Gamble. Foles, the third baseman for the Red Storm, playing pretty close to the line there. There's a pretty big hole between short and third. There goes Rosenberg, and that one fouled off. And once again, Rosenberg had a really good jump, but with the 2-strike count, that definitely looked like a strike. So Gamble had to offer at it. Rosenberg will head on back. So if the count goes 3-2, of course with 2 outs, Rosenberg will be going. But with 2-2, Rebels decide to send him. Rosenberg looks over at Higgins over at third base. Coaching box. See if he goes again on the 2-2. I would send him. What the heck? The 2-2. He does not go this time, and that one will be looped into right center field for a base hit. Rosenberg will go to third. Gamble will go to second, and the Rebels have 2 on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Even if Rosenberg had been going on that, I don't think he would have scored because Antico, the center fielder, got to it pretty quickly. So I don't think that mattered. But second and third here, and we'll see if Amelbrew can pick up his 6th RBI and perhaps 7th with a single. He's got a lot of speed out there. So once again, a tough inning for Rodriguez. As I said, he's really done a pretty good job. Consider 3 walks and 5 hits, and still he's only given up 3 runs. Rebels looking for another big 2-out hit. They got one from Bajani earlier in the game. See if Amelbrew can do one here. That one high and tight. 1-0 the count. Jack Thomas Wold on deck. So Amelbrew, right-handed batter against the right-handed pitching Rodriguez. Gamble 2 for 3 on the day with a double and a triple. So let's get the cycle watch going, huh? Wind blowing out, you never know. And this one will be fouled out of play. 1-1 the count. To go to the ballpark, what do you want to see more? A no-hitter or a cycle? There you go. Discuss. Discuss amongst yourselves. Rodriguez sets and delivers the 1-1. That one is fouled off, and he's ahead in the count 1-2 to Amelbrew. Runners at second and third. Rosenberg at third, and at second, Gamble. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Rebels. 1 run, 3 hits for St. John's here in the bottom of the 4th. Amelbrew looking to get a big 2-out hit. The 1-2, and that one is down the right field line. Overcomes Ebonati into foul territory. Slides, and it falls harmlessly. The count will remain 1-2. So Ebonati gave it a good look there. So that's 3 fouls to the right side for Amelbrew. Just not quite able to come around on it. It'll take Ebonati a minute to get back to his position. That was a long run. Good try by the right fielder. And now Rodriguez looks in for the sign. He sets, and the 1-2 pitch. And that one, a big swing and a miss. So Rodriguez dances that tightrope again. We'll go to the top of the 5th. 3-1. Rebels on top. Live from Early Wilson. Top of the 5th here. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 for St. John's. Colin Wetteroo comes in. He'll take the first pitch low. As the count is 1-0. So Wetteroo, Bartles, and Lazaro. Colin, Karsten, and Jake, if you know them well. If you want to go on a first-name basis. And this one is hammered out to center field. Gamble cannot get in there, and it will drop in for the fourth hit of the afternoon for St. John's. And I believe that's the first time they've had the leadoff batter on. And now Carson Bartles will step in. Maddox sets that one, a good bunt. Let's see if Maddox can get over there. He fires over to Pfeiffer. I'll tell you what, that was a really good bunt by Bartles, and even a better play by Maddox. Maddox gets off the mound so quickly, does such a great job. I thought that was going to be actually a pretty easy base hit, but it'll go down as a sacrifice. And St. John's now has a runner in scoring position with one out. Lazaro steps up. Number 9 hitter. Batting .343 now. 0 for 1 on the day. And this one chopped out. Now Maddox can't get to that. Rosenberg goes over there. And that'll be the second out of the inning. The runner able to advance to third. So now with 2 outs, Wetteroo on third, and it'll bring back up the top of the order. Avenatti steps up. So Avenatti 1 for 2 on the day. And I see out there 335 Club. Thanks for listening on 920 The Game. Great fans out there. Looks like it's packed out there, and I'm sure they're having some fun. Especially since the Rebels are up right now. And that one hits Avenatti, and that will put him on first base. So all of a sudden the time runs on base, and look out. The home run hitter for the Red Storm, Mike Antico, steps up. So Mike 1 for 2. Maddox got him last time, but the first time he came up, hit a home run to dead center field. So 2 outs, runners at the corner. The first big test for Maddox. That one way outside. 1-0 the count. Looks like he didn't follow through all the way on that pitch. Nobody up in the Rebel bullpen. Throw over to first. And Avenatti easily back. Top of the 5th inning. Always a pivotal inning for a starting pitcher. Seeing if they can get qualified for the win. 2 outs here, and that one is popped way up in the air out to center field. Gamble there and puts it away. So no problem for Maddox there. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-1. Rebels on top. Live from Early Wilson.
Bottom of the fifth, Rebels up 3-1, and that will do it for starting pitcher JoJo Rodriguez. Got a new pitcher in for the Red Storm, Jeff Masso, the redshirt freshman out of Bedford, New Hampshire. As the old-time announcers would say, a tall drink of water at 6'6". He comes in with a 1.86 ERA, 9 2/3 innings pitched on the year. He's walked 7 and struck out 7. So Masso will look to keep the Rebels right where they're at, and the Rebels will look to add on to their 2-run lead here in the bottom of the fifth. So Rebels in the past few years have had some troubles with left-handed relievers coming out. We'll see if they can break that spell here today. Jack Thomas Wold, it'll be a lefty on lefty. The DH for the Rebels today will step in. Wold looking for his first hit of the day, 0 for 2. Batting average at 273 overall. 335 Club is ready to catch that home run if you hit it over there, Jack, and the wind would appear to be helping you. The Red Storm's infield is definitely playing Jack Thomas to pull. If he wanted to basically bunt one to the left side, only the third baseman Foles is on the left side of the second base bag. Well, Jack Thomas was not trying to put one to the left side there. He was trying to deposit one over the right field fence. Lazaro, the shortstop, is to the right of second base, and that one, boy, he got a hanger there, but he pops it straight up. Markey, the first baseman, puts it away. I think Jack Thomas would like that one back again. That one was tantalizing, but he got under it. And the first out here in the bottom of the inning. That'll bring up Bajani, who's 2 for 2 on the day, so his average now over 400 at 404. Back in the first, he had that big 2-out hit to score Gamble from third, and he'll take the first one way outside, 1-0 the count. So 404, yeah, the season's still a little bit young, but, 400's impressive any time of the year. Second pitch misses, so 2-0 the count to Bajani. And the 2-0, and that one is hammered in, and guess what? 2 for 2? That ain't nothing. He's 3 for 3 now. Bajani with the single to left field. He's having himself a day here. He was 3 for 4 yesterday, 3 for 3 today. Wait, hold on. Don't anybody help me. 6 for 7. How's that? The Darian Williams comes on. Who says baseball announcers can't do math in their head? Oh, very impressive. So Williams steps in, and he'll take the first one for a strike. 0-1 the count. He looks down to third base coach Kevin Higgins. And that one in for a strike 2. If you were listening last Saturday to the game, this game right now, Maddox pitching great. Rebels unable to cash in on a couple, and when Maddox was pulled, the bullpen unable to hold it, and the Rebels lost to Creighton last week. So they're looking for something there. Williams drills one out, and it will split the gap between right and center fielder. So that's a double for Williams. Higgins waving home Bajani, the catcher speed. Oh, the throw is way up the line. In fact, it's so far up the line, whoa, for a minute Williams was tempted to come on home. He wisely stops as backing up the play was the the pitcher, Jeff Masso. So Williams with the RBI scores the 4th run. So just as I'm saying that the Rebels last Saturday didn't capitalize on some opportunities, Williams drills that one to right center field. And the Rebels put up their 4th run of the day. So Austin Krizik now the infield for St. John's playing in. So 1 out here. Now Williams at third. The infield in for St. John's. And the first pitch. Whoa, I thought that was going to hit Krizik for a minute. But inside, 1-0 the count. Great piece of hitting by Williams there. Darian got all of that one. And didn't try to overswing. What? Opposite field. That one misses. 2-2. I'm sorry, 2-0. 2-0 the count. The wind picking up a little bit more there. And the 2-0, and that one is drilled. And because the infield's in, that'll get to left field, and that will bring home the 5th run of the day with an RBI single for Austin Krizik. So the Rebels doing what they need to do. The wind's blowing out. You cannot rest on your laurels. You got to keep tacking them on, and that's what the Rebels are doing here. 5-1 now. And that'll bring up Austin Pfeiffer, the first baseman. First baseman, number 21, Austin Pfeiffer. So with one out here, Krizik now on first. And the St. John's infield at double play depth looking to turn 2. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back. Wow, I thought that was a strike, but it is called a ball. 1-0 the count. Beautiful day here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Fans enjoying this game. Bark at the park. That one a big swing and a miss by Pfeiffer. I don't know why my voice cracked when I said bark at the park. I'm not being held hostage here by a dog. But there are some dogs out there, and they look to be having a fun time. Beautiful weather to be a four-legged furry friend. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a throw over to first instead. Easily back is Austin. How's that? Austin and Austin. I'll just keep saying Austin. You won't know whether I'm talking about the runner at first or the batter. That's always good for radio play-by-play. All right. And the pitch to Austin. Austin gets off of first, and Austin will take that one for a strike. 1-2 the count. And a 1-2 instead of throw over to watch on Austin Krizik over at first. Williams' hit was a triple, by the way. Well, he almost on that wild throw would have been a triple and an error scoring, but he scored either way. But 5-1 Rebels. I'm laughing because Masao, the pitcher, kind of half-heartedly threw over to first, kind of bounced it over there. I don't think he was doing Ryan Markey, the first baseman, any favor. Markey able to make the play and keep the ball in front of him. Not sure would have dribbled much farther past him anyway. That one misses. 2-2 the count. Also out of New Hampshire, Bedford, New Hampshire. As I said, listed as 6'6", 195. And the 2-2, and that one high, 3-2 the count. Yeah, they appealed down to first, but Pfeiffer, I'm surprised he even got an appeal. But you know what? I'd rather see those umpires. Some umpires never appeal. I give it to Randy Upton. He's every time they've wanted an appeal, they've given it to him, and they've made the right call so far. 3-2, and that one fouled straight back. The count will remain 3-2. So 3-2, 1 out. Krizik was not going on that one. Is right-handed action up in the St. John's bullpen. I can't pick off the number from here. The 3-2, there goes Austin Krizik, and the ball was pretty much airmailed to the backstop, so it'll be a walk for Austin Pfeiffer. That was not even close, folks. That was somebody who's 6'6", not getting on top of the ball and throwing it very high. So now runners on first and second, and that'll even get more action down in the St. John's bullpen. And Grant Robbins will step in. Grant looking for his first hit of the day, and timeout will be called. So before we go any farther, a visit from the mound. And as I say every time in college sports, half the time a visit from the mound means everybody from the infield comes in. And that is what is happening here. There's a sea of red.
on the mound at Earl E. Wilson. See if this is a stall tactic. No move has been made to the bullpen yet. Home plate umpire Randy Upton goes out there to hurry along. Come on, we all have dinner reservations tonight. Randy is making his way slowly up to the mound, so give it a little bit extra time. Looks like they will not be making a pitching change. Got to remember those umps. All the players get to have half an inning off, basically, unless they're batting. Those umps are out there the full game. I'm sure they enjoy this nicer weather. I'm sure once it turns to April and May, they will be happy for lots of water, and they'll be happy. That shade will come on to home plate a little bit earlier now due to the extra shade they've added here. So Grant takes that when he swings at a ball that was clearly out of the strike zone. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch. And this one is dribbled. Boy, it goes fair, it goes foul, it goes. That was crazy. It is a foul ball, so it'll be 0-2, but that was going foul, hit a bump, went back into fair territory, still on the dirt going up the first base line, then went barely back into foul territory. That's where Ryan Markey got the ball, and he pretty much had to because Robbins would have been well behind him, so he had to make sure it didn't go back into fair territory. Otherwise, it would have been bases loaded. But that was an adventure in a ball that never made it more than, I don't know, 75 feet from home plate. Just kind of foul there for a while, then foul. But it's an 0-2, and the 0-2 to Robbins, and that one is hammered to left field. Back goes McGeehan, and that one is a 3-run shot for Grant Robbins. So something tells me Grant's happy that one went foul, as the Rebels tack on 3 more on the 3-run home run by Grant Robbins. So Grant will be happy with the way that the infield was raked for this one. That is Grant's first home run of the season. And the Rebels are starting to make this a little bit more comfortable, and that will get a pitching change here. Magnum, if we can step away for a minute, we'll take a break, and when we come back, it's 8-1, Rebels on top, still in the bottom of the 5th, live from Early Wilson. Thank you, Chris. You know what? My voice, since I'm here by myself, why don't you go a minute and a half? Thank you. Well, so far in the 5th, the Rebels have put up a 5 spot. They lead 8-1 over St. John's here in the bottom of the 5th, and that brings on a new pitcher for the Red Storm. It'll be number 44, Brandon Backman, the right-handed junior out of Danbury, Connecticut. I'll slur my Danbury. And he will come on now with 1 out here, bottom of the 5th. And Trevor Rosenberg, the number 9 hitter, will step in. So 8-1. As I said, it is college baseball. You never want to stop tacking on if you can. Trevor 1 for 1 on the day. And Backman's first pitch misses 1-0. And Backman's next pitch, and Trevor takes that one in for a strike. So I think the count's 1-1. 2-1? Okay, so I missed a pitch there. 2-1, and this one is hammered out to right field. In comes Abinati to make the second out. Thought that one might drop down there, but there's one time that the wind blowing out probably helped the outfielder. Got the ball to him. So James Gamble will now step in. James having himself a day. A double and a triple. So you know what we say? It's Cycle Watch. It's officially Cycle Watch here at Early Wilson. And he'll chop this one down to third.
Foltz goes over, throws off bounds,
Has to get over there quickly, and he does for the third out. We'll go to the top of the sixth. Rebels on top, 8-1, live from Early Wilson.
For the Rebels in the fifth inning, they scored 5 runs.
Well, now we'll see how Chase Maddox pitches with a 7-run lead here in the top of the sixth. He'll be facing the heart of the lineup for the Red Storm, 3, 4, and 5. Sean McGeehan steps in, and it was a long time in the dugout for Chase. He comes in, and he misses with the first one up. 1-0 the count. Even though I think he asked most pitchers, they're happy to spend a lot of time in the dugout if your offense is going for him. Sean looking for his first hit. He'll pop it up, and Williams at second base goes up, and boy, he made a little bit more of an adventure with that wind. It kept just dragging him back and back. Gamble actually came in, but Williams puts it away for the first out. Nothing up in the air is not an adventure. But Williams able to put that one away. So that'll bring up the DH, Mitchell Henshaw. Mitchell 0 for 2 on the day. Now his batting average at 270. And he'll take the first pitch, and he'll take that one in for a strike. 0-1 the count. And the 0-1, and that one misses high. 1-0 the count. Maddox yet to issue a walk, and that one hammered deep and foul. The count will go to 1-2. So Maddox has struck out only one this time. Now last Saturday's last outing on the radio against Creighton, he struck out, I believe, 9. He's only done 1 strikeout. He had a masterful game. He went 7 1/3, and that one misses 2-2 the count. But the great thing is he has as I said, not walked any so far this afternoon. In fact, I don't think he's gone to a 3-ball count. But 2-2, guess what? Boy, that announcer. Why did he say that? Yes, that was a ball. 3-2 the count. Don't you hate that when an announcer says that, and then all of a sudden, oh, this hasn't happened all day, did it? Oh, okay, it just happened. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And that one is fouled up and out of play. Let's see if a dog gets it, a fan. Ooh. That went right off the head of a fan, by the way. I hope he's okay. He had his LA Dodger hat on. And security's going to go over and look at him. That went right off his head. And they're coming to take a look. And that one will not be walked. Nice play by Pfeiffer. Goes down the ground at first. Shovels it over to Maddox. So a good play for the second out of the inning. And right now the concern is for the fan here. That was a high fly ball, and it went right off his head.
Third baseman, number 25, Justin Foles.
So the third baseman now, Justin Foles, will step in with 2 outs. That one in for a strike, 0-1 the count. And swinging through that one, and quickly 0-2 the count. And this was fan. He wasn't on his phone. You know, sometimes you see those fans get hit by a ball and they're on the phone. No, he was standing up, and his hat, and unfortunately, hit him right on the top of the head. That one fouled off. The count remains 0-2. So he is getting attention over there. Hopefully he will be okay. And the 0-2, and that one a big swing and a miss. So there's a second strikeout on the day for Maddox, and that'll do it. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 8-1, UNLV on top. Live from Early Wilson. Alex Amelbrew will start off here in the bottom of the 6th. Backman stays in, and the first pitch, a swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. So Brandon Backman remains in for St. John's. They do have action up in the bullpen. And the next one fouled straight back, 0-2 the count. Still no action up in the Rebel bullpen. See if, try to get a count on Maddox's pitch count. 63 for Chase Maddox right now. That one fouled off. So 63 pitches through 6 innings. How's that for efficient? And I think he's only gone to a 3-ball count one time. Of those 63 pitches, 41 of them strikes. That one misses. Good pitch by Backman there. Just misses 1 and 2. Like I said, those 0-2 pitches, you know, you don't mind missing a little bit, but you don't want to just totally waste a pitch, and Backman didn't there. And that one fouled off. Count remains 1-2. Alex looking for his first hit of the day, and that one is a called third strike. So the first out of the bottom of the sixth. Jack Thomas Wold, the DH, left-handed batter, will come up. So Amelbrew and Thomas, or Jack Thomas Wold, sorry, both 0 for on the day, but it's been Bajani 3 for 3, the Darian Williams with some walks 1 for 1, and Krizik 1 for 2, and then Robbins 1 for 3, Rosenberg 1 for 2, James Gamble 2 for 4. So the 2-3, oh, that one way inside. Misses. 2-3 hitters for the Rebels. 0 for so far today, but it has not affected. 8 runs, 9 hits for the Rebels, and that one is popped up, and that is a major league pop up to center. Of course, with the wind, Antico keeps going back, but would have had to been about another 25, 30 miles an hour to get that over the fences. Didn't even reach the warning track, and quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the sixth. All right, so Bajani 3 for 4 yesterday, 3 for 3 today. Currently batting 4-14 steps in. And the first one in for a strike, 0-1 the count. So that's a way to start a series, isn't it? 6-4-7. And that one misses. 1-1 the count to Bajani. And of course, I know I'm always more impressed when a catcher is batting over 400 because they're working a ton on defense too. And that one chopped down to third, takes a little bit of a tricky bounce. Bull stays with it. And 3 for 4 so far for Bajani. Still pretty good, but a quick inning. We'll go to the top of the seventh. Live from Early Wilson, Rebels on top, 8-1. Top of the seventh. Chase Maddox still out there. 63 pitches, 41 of them for strikes. 2 strikeouts on the day. Has pitched masterfully here, as he did last week. Last week got a no decision, even though he was leading when he left the game. But he will start off this seventh. And the first pitch. And the pinch hitter, Ryan Hogan, pops it straight up. So 1 pitch, 1 out. So you come up as a pinch hitter and you pop the ball up. 1 pitch, 1 out. So here, I will do the math. He was at 63 pitches. He's now at 64. So Wetteroo now steps in. And like I said, you can't blame St. John's. I mean, he's pitching strikes, so you can sit there and wait until you have a 2-strike count, or you go swinging away. There's the first pitch. And, of course, after I talk about it, it's a ball. 1-0 the count. Happy to report the fan looks to be all good. The one that got hit on the top of the head by a baseball, he took some ice and he gave everybody a wave and was enjoying the baseball game out here. Like I said, he was not one of those fans with his head buried in a cell phone. I think he lost it in the sun. And this one right back up the middle, and Maddox stabs it for the second out. Wow. What a flash of the leather by Chase Maddox. Boy, he has been not only impressive pitching today, but also impressive fielding. That's the second out of the top of the seventh. I mean, that thing was ticketed for a base hit right back up the middle.
Number 3,
Carson Bartles steps in. Senior second baseman. Wow, what a great play. And that one in for a strike. Maddox sets and delivers, and that one will be hammered and fouled down the left field line. And hammered might have been. Maybe it was more floated down just over Amelbrew's head at third base and into foul territory. Let's just say it was a full swing that he did not get all of it, and it is a strike foul. 0-2, and now that one if he'd have gotten hold of it, but he barely nicked it to stay alive. He was going for the fences there. Trying to put it over the Ted Weens sign out there in left field. And this one, well, it's headed out towards the Ted Weens. Back goes Robbins up against fence. He does not make the play. It goes off the wall. Gamble backing him up will keep it to a double. But that is where that was on a 2-strike pitch. He waited for it, and he connected, and that is the 2-out double. See what St. John's can do here in the top of the seventh. They'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Lazaro.
shortstop, number 7, Jake Lazaro.
Lazaro 0 for 2 on the day. Came in batting .353, left-handed batter. The freshman looking to get St. John's in there, and Maddox just peppers that strike zone. 0-1 the count. 7-run lead. You don't want him to start doing anything different than what he's been doing. But those are 2 hard-hit balls in a row. Luckily, he stabbed the one. That one misses outside. 1-0 the count. One that he made a great play on the shot up the middle. And then Bartles, that was given a ride. That was not wind-aided so much. Robbins tried to get it out there, but it went over his glove. That one misses low, so 2-1 the count. And there is action now. Looks like they're just starting to stretch. Let's see. Oh, I almost got the number there. Looks like number... Yeah, I couldn't quite see it. 2-1. That one misses so quickly. 3-1. Tell you what, I'm going to guess I think that's Bradley Spooner out there in the dugout. Or the dugout, good lord. The bullpen. So Bradley Spooner starting to stretch out there. 3-1 count. 2 outs. And this one is right over the plate and fouled off. The count goes to 3-2. Maddox still, to this point, there. Now I'm doing, to this point, has not walked anybody. He has been at a 3-ball count before. Timeout called by the hitter Lazaro. Steps back in. Shadows starting to creep across the field now. The 3-2, and that one will be fouled off into the Rebel dugout. So with that extra bit of shade they've added to early Wilson, the Shadows will start to creep across home plate a little bit earlier. It's 3:52 here local time. They're still not there yet, but won't be too long till the Shadows start to creep across. The 3-2, and that one misses, and that will be the first walk issued by Chase Maddox today. gets the ball back from Bajani and kind of slaps it as it comes back into his glove. So now all of a sudden 2 runners on, 2 outs, turning the lineup back over to Peter Avenatti.
Right fielder, number 5, Peter Avenatti.
Right fielder batting from the left side. Avenatti does have a hit today.
And that one misses. And Spooner is now actively throwing in the Rebel dugout.
Pitch count still not an issue, but all of a sudden, Maddox, a couple of hard hit balls this inning and a walk. The 1-0, that one in for a strike, 1-1 the count. The 7-run lead, I'm sure, makes his leash a little bit more. But like I said, it's college baseball. You cannot mess around. Crooked numbers can get on you quick here. And the 1-1 and that one in for a strike, so 1-2 the count. You wonder if Maddox gets through here, if this would be it for him on the day, giving the 8th and then the 9th to the bullpen. But before we jump to that, he's got to get through this 7th inning, and he still has a little bit more work to do. 2 outs, 2 on. Rebels up 8-1 here in the top of the 7th. Rebels taking on St. John's, and that one is hit, and that will drop into left field in front of Robbins. A run will score, and it is an 8-2 ball game on the single by Avenatti. That was a good piece of hitting by Avenatti. He went with the ball, didn't try to do too much. You're down by 7 runs, and he just dished it out into left field, took the single, and it is now 8-2. So Bajani goes out to talk to Maddox, maybe a stall tactic to give Spooner a little bit more time. Like I said, he was up, but he wasn't actively throwing until about 2 strikes in that last at bat. So now all of a sudden, Mike Antico, who started out the game for him, the second batter up, and he deposited a home run over center field. So with 2 on, Antico steps in, left-handed batter. Senior center fielder wearing number 0 for St. John's. And the first pitch, instead, Maddox steps off the rubber and kind of looks around, surveying. And that could have been a stall tactic. In fact, here comes Stan Stolte. Usually when it's Stan, that's a pitching change. Greg Maddox will usually come out to talk. So this could do it for Chase. I haven't seen him make a move yet, and that's probably to give Spooner more time. So if he does make a move, we'll take a minute commercial break here, but he has not made the move yet. Somebody tells me he's going to wait for home plate umpire Randy Upton to come get him to give Spooner all available time. So Randy Upton now methodically makes his way out to the mound. Stolte looks back at him, gauges, and says he nods. And that means there will be a call to the bullpen. So Chase Maddox, that'll do it for him. He cannot lose this game. He's up 8-2. When we come back, we'll let you know about Bradley Spooner, the new pitcher for the Rebels, live from Early Wilson. Rebels up 8-2. All right, I mean commercial break. Thank you. And back here at Early Wilson, 8-2, Rebels up. Chase Maddox leaves. Total of 82 pitches, 53 of them for strikes. And Ty Pullman is the pitcher for the Rebels. His ERA, a stellar 0 right now. Now it's only 4 innings pitched. He's given up 2 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So a 6-run lead, 2 outs here, but runners on first and second for the Storm. Ty sets, delivers, they show bunt. Let's see if Ty can field his position like Chase does. He does, and that will do it. Nice play over at first, also by Pfeiffer to get out. So quickly, 1 pitch. That'll do it. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Rebels up, 8-2. And we do have a new first baseman for St. John's. It is Ryan Hogan, who will stay in, the red shirt junior. And it'll be leading off for the Rebels, Darian Williams. So 8-2. Rebels get out of there. Only giving up 1 run. So 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for St. John's. 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Rebels. And that pitch in for a strike, so the count even at 1 apiece to Williams. Williams hit that big triple. 1 for 1 on the day with a couple walks. Doing a good job here at the plate. Showing a lot of patience, a lot more patience than he did last year. That one way inside, 3-1. And last year he had a good year, good batting average year, but he would... boy, I swear, every time I'd look up, he'd have a 2-strike count, and he batted very well with the 2-strike count, but this year showing a little bit more patience. Now on that one, it was a big swing. It is now 3-2. The ball might have been outside. Wind's also blowing out. I'm sure it's a little tempting here. That one chopped down to third. Foltz gets it and throws over to the new first baseman, and Hogan able to make the play for the first out. So 1 out here, bottom of the 7th. Like we said, weather permitting, the next radio game will be Tuesday, 6 o'clock, as the Rebels take on Houston. We're still a few days away. Right now they're calling for a good chance of rain on Tuesday and Wednesday, so we shall see. But the Rebels do get right back in action tomorrow against this same St. John's club at 1 o'clock. As Austin Krizik stands in and takes the first one outside, 1-0 the count. So come on out to Early Wilson. And a big swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. For, if you are a Rebel fan, hoping to see the Rebels complete the 3-game sweep. And if you're a Red Storm fan, hoping to see what might happen the rest of this game and St. John's take a game tomorrow. I'm assuming it's mostly Rebel fans listening and watching, 2-1. Even though there are probably some people back in New York watching this on YouTube. Now,
Backman threw that one and basically landed on his butt after the delivery. Stretching out. Make it a visit to make sure that he is okay. He appears to not be 100%. Yeah, he's not waving him off, but he did shake his head like he's all right. Maybe they're going to let him take a practice toss here. Count is 3-1. Yep, they're going to let him take a throw, make sure he's okay. One thing you don't want to do, of course, is see anybody get injured. He throws one, it's would have been a ball by quite a lot. He's saying he's fine, and that one looked like a good pitch. And that'll do it, so he will remain in the game. Everybody will reset. Austin will come back in. 3-1 the count with one out here. Bottom of the seventh. UNLV on top, 8-2. Actually, the umpire is saying the count is 2-2. All right. Scoreboard changes. We change, and it is 2-2. And the pitch, and this one is popped up to right field. Of course, the wind's blowing out. Back goes Avenatti. Back goes against the wall. Boy, that looked like just a very routine play, but the wind just kept pushing it back, and that will be a triple off the bat of Austin Krizik. I mean, that looked like he had it tracked all the way, and the wind blowing out there just kept moving it back and back, and it goes off the wall for a triple. And so the second Austin Pfeiffer will now step in. Or I guess we could call him the first Austin, as he's a sophomore and was here before. Boy, this is getting confusing. We'll just call him Pfeiffer. He steps in. The runner now on third, trying to get that run right back. And way outside, 1-0. And Backman slips and falls again on the mound. Doesn't land on his derriere this time. But he is having a struggle out there. There is double-barreled action out in the bullpen for St. John's. And the 1-0, and that one in there for a strike. Looks like he kind of calmly threw that one in. Krizik on third, Pfeiffer at bat, 1 out. Rebels now double digits on the hits with 10. That one fouled off, and the count goes to 1-2. Some clouds helping alleviate the shadows here that would start to fall at 4:06. Right now the field not bothered by shadows because the sun is behind a cloud. And the 1-2, and that one just misses. 2-2 the count. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, and that one misses low. So 3-2 to Austin Pfeiffer, with Grant Robbins on deck. Austin would love to join the hit parade here. Let's see what he does here on the 3-2. Boy, he hammers that one deep, and that is a no-doubter 2-run shot. And that's a great way to join the hit parade, and that will make it 10-2 as Austin Pfeiffer goes yard with his second home run of the day. Wow, that now, we talk about the wind maybe helping the triple earlier. That was not wind aided. That thing was a shot. That would have gone out even if the wind had been blowing in. So the Rebels taking St. John's deep here so far on this weekend series. And that'll bring up Grant Robbins now with 1 out. So double digits on the hits, and now double digits on the runs. 10 runs, 11 hits. And the first one in for a strike to Grant Robbins. 2 runs, 6 hits for St. John's, and that one in for a strike 0-2 quickly to Grant. Trevor Rosenberg on deck. Up your hitter. This is the kind of day you want to hit. Beautiful day, perfect temperature, wind blowing out. As I said, the Pfeiffer home run was not helped by any wind. That thing was squared up perfectly and sailed over the Star Nursery sign in left field. McKeon, the left fielder, basically just stood there and he knew that thing was over his head easily. So 0-2 still here to Grant. Brandon Backman looks in, sets, and the 0-2 pitch, and that one a check swing, but he goes through, and that will be a strikeout and the second out of this 7th inning for the Rebels. That'll bring up Trevor Rosenberg here with 2 outs. He has a hit on the day. In fact, everybody has a hit except for your 2-3 hitters, Emil Brew and Jack Thomas Wold. Everybody else has at least 1 hit, and Bajani has 3. Gamble has 2. Krizik has 2 now, so some good offense shown here by the Rebels. And the first pick, outside to Trevor. And the next pitch, also outside. So 2-0 the count. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one is fisted foul. 1-2 the count. Rebels trying to get their 5th win on the season and take their 2nd consecutive home series. And a big swing and a miss by Trevor. Count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Weather permitting, they will play Houston Tuesday, Wednesday on a quick mid-week series. And the 2-2, that one high, 3-2. And that will do it with a strikeout there. And we'll go to the top of the 8th, but the Rebels tack on 2 more. They lead 10-2, live from early whistle. Top of the 8th here. The broadcast team is just me, Doug Douglas, as Josh Towers, who joined us for years here on the broadcast. Now works for the New York Mets organization as a pitching coach. So he's in Florida right now. So Doug flying solo here today. I think Tuesday I might be joined by Matt Neverett, so we'll see about that. And we have a brand new pitcher for the Rebels. It'll be Connor Woods. Comes in with a 3.12 ERA, 8 2/3 innings. 9 strikeouts, and we have a brand new pinch hitter for St. John's. Left-handed batter Brandon Miller steps in. So Everything's new again here in the top of the eighth, with the Rebels lead 10-2, and the first one in for a strike, 0-1 the count. Rest of the Rebel defense remains the same. So far for the Rebels, it's been Chase, who's in line to pick up his first decision of the year and get a win, 1-0. Pullman came in, got the big out there in the top of the seventh, and now Connor Woods trying to lock this down for the Rebels. Big swing and a miss, and quickly 0-2. 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch, and that one was kind of, he had to swing basically on a ball almost shoulder high. He fouled it off, so the count will remain 0-2. That was definitely going to be a ball. But, hey, when it's 0-2, sometimes you got to strike zone a little bit bigger, and you don't want to go down looking, so the count remains 0-2. That one way outside, 1-2 the count. Amel Brew guarding the line a little bit over there at third. The rest of the Rebel defense pretty much straight away. The wind now probably blowing more out to right than it has all day. It's been pretty much center. This one down to Rosenberg. Boy, that had some speed on it, but he stays in front of it. Throws it over to Pfeiffer for the first out of the inning. Well hit ball, but unfortunately for the St. John's player, it was right to Rosenberg. Vinny Bianchi will pinch hit, so St. John's letting everybody play. The right-handed batter, Bianchi, steps in. Freshman out of Middletown, New Jersey. I'm guessing the person running the game back in the studio of 920 The Game knows where Middletown, New Jersey is. That is Steve Cofield from ESPN Radio's hometown. So we can easily say that Vinny Bianchi is the pride of Middletown, New Jersey, because, I mean, let's be honest, Steve Cofield probably isn't. Just joking, Steve, of course. Oh my gosh, I don't want to get into Twitter war with Steve Cofield. 1 ball, 1 strike, and that one is fouled off. Wait, Chapman's saying no, he's not the pride. Who's the pride then? Okay, they've had some NFL players. NFL players you'd be proud of? Okay. There we go. So we have learned a lot about Middletown, New Jersey. I will forever now remember that that is Miss 2-2, the hometown of Steve Cofield. And the Van Riemsdyk brothers in hockey. There we go. Look at that. Look what we're learning today. We're learning we need to set our clock. We need to spring forward tomorrow at 2 a.m. That one is hammered out to left. Robbins, though, tracks it and makes the out for the second out of the inning. We learned, hey, the coronavirus can be scary, but if we just wash our hands, that's a big step, everybody. Wash our hands and sanitizer. The wife and I went to a store today. Oh, my gosh. The people, I don't know what it is about toilet paper. Everybody is hoarding toilet paper. Grant Robbins steps in. I'm sorry, Grant Robbins. Grant Robbins makes the catch. Number 27, Marty Higgins, another pinch hitter for St. John's. Freshman out of, here we go, another New Jersey town that I have no idea where it is. Nutley, New Jersey. Beautiful Nutley, New Jersey. Where Magnum has family from Nutley, New Jersey. I'm learning more about New Jersey in this game. Now, they built themselves, St. John's, as New York's team. That one misses 1-1 the count. But they've got a lot of New Jersey people on it. Now, I do know New Jersey is very close to New York, having visited the Meadowlands a few times in my life. I must admit, that is my experience of New Jersey. And going through a train one time from New York to Philadelphia. The 1-1, or actually twice in my life. One time with my dad and one time with Mitch Moss. I think I was drinking more with Mitch Moss. 2-1. And amazingly enough, today is my dad's birthday. Now he's passed away, so not be. But today, March 7th, is his birthday. So now we're learning even more. 2-1 the count, and this one is popped up to center. James Gamble takes a few steps over, and a quick inning for Connor Woods. And we will go to the bottom of the 8th. The Rebels up 10-2, live from Early Wilson.
we go to the bottom of the 8th. Rebels up 10-2. We've got a new pitcher for St. John's. And I'm going to make sure. 24, Brian Hendry. We have a new right fielder. Looks like Brandon Miller will stay in the game. We'll get some more defensive. And Marty Higgins will be at third. So Higgins at third. And Miller in right. As I say, hoping that I'm right there. But I do know it's Brian Hendry on the mound, the right-handed pitcher. And it will be the top of the lineup for the Rebels here in the bottom of the 8th. James Gamble. Hendry sets and delivers, and the first one high and tight for a ball. Hendry, the sophomore, oh boy, out of another New Jersey town, Medford, New Jersey. The sophomore out of Medford, New Jersey. It's pretty close to Philly, and that one outside, 2-0 the count. Hendry, the sophomore, listed 6'3". They've got some tall pitchers on their club. And the 2-0, and that one misses. Sorry, that was yes, that was 2-0. Gamble started to run down to first. And I was like, oh, maybe I missed a pitch thinking about cities in New Jersey. But I think Gamble missed a pitch, so the count is 3-0 still. Gamble still at home. He ran down to first. He may want to make sure, or actually 3-1. He may want to make sure that this is not near. Otherwise, he might want to swing. And that one in for a strike. So full count to Gamble. Rebels have 11 hits, 10 runs. From New York's team, the St. John's Red Storm, filled with New Jersey players. Counting how many? 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 players from New Jersey on the St. John's roster. And this one is out to center field. And the catch is made for the first out of the inning. Of course, New Jersey has kind of a rich tradition of Little League Baseball also. St. John's, after that game on Sunday, will go home and play their first game at home of the season. They've been on the road for their first games, as is the case with many East Coast and Midwest teams. They'll play St. Peter's on March the 10th. That'll be their first home game of the year. We do have a pinch hitter for the Rebels. Jason Sharman steps in, the left-handed batter. So Jason in for Amelbrew, and he'll foul that one off, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here, bottom of the 8th, 10-2, Rebels on top. And the 1-1, and that one is hammered out to right field and will drop in fair territory. Sharman hustles. He's going to definitely go to 2. Will he go to 3? Higgins stops and wisely does stop with a double. So Jason Sharman decides, hey, you know what? These hits look like they're fun. Let's get one. And Jason Sharman delivers a double down the right field line right in front of the 335 club for another hit for the Rebels. Let's see if another pinch hitter will be coming up, and it will be. Kelu Ramos will come in, right-handed catcher. Red shirt, a junior transfer out of Milani High School in Milani, Hawaii. How's that? So both teams starting to go to the bench. 8-run lead for the Rebels here in the 8th. Rebels hoping this is their last at-bats of the day. And the first pitch in for a strike to Ramos.
looks in for the sign. Runner at second base, and the second pitch misses way outside. 1-1 the count. The wind seems to have tapered off just a little bit more than it was at the beginning of the game. And that one misses. I was going to say, I thought that one was a strike, but not. 2-1 the count. Bark at the park so far. The dogs look to be having fun, as do the Rebel fans. St. John fans are, hey, they're having fun. They're in Las Vegas. Come on. 2-1, and that one in for strike 2-2 the count. Ramos might have thought otherwise. But as we know, the batter's point of view really doesn't matter. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Sharman at second, and the 2-2, and that one Ramos holds up, and the count will go full. Rebels with 12 hits on the day, the 12th coming off of a double off of Jason Sharman's bat. The 3-2, and that one misses, so a walk. And I think we're going to get another pinch hitter here. And it is. It will be Gavin Amelbrew coming in. Left-handed batter. Freshman out of Green Valley High School in beautiful Henderson, Nevada. My gosh, I know where that is. I don't need Chapman talking down the line to me. The pride of Henderson, Gavin Amelbrew. He steps in and he fouls the first one off. 0-1 the count. Ah, yes, Henderson, the gem star of Clark County. So runners on first and second. St. John's infield at double play depth, looking to turn 2. And the 0-1 pitch, that one just misses outside. 1-1 the count. Some of the St. John's fans starting to collect their stuff down the left field dugout line. Sky's getting darker, and the 1-1. This one will be delivered out for a single to left field. It'll be everybody moving up 90 as Sharman has to stop. As that quickly got out to the left fielder. Who Avenatti, by the way, moved to left field. So Avenatti quickly got on it. He's shown a good glove today. Now Darian Williams will stay in, so now with the bases loaded and 1 out, Williams will come in with a lot of RBI opportunities out there for him. Rebels up by 8. Hendry just trying to get out of this inning. 1 out, bases loaded. Fielders in at the corners for St. John's. Short and second back in more traditional positioning. Hogan over at first. Higgins at third in. In fact, Higgins is pretty much even with Kevin Higgins, third base coach for the Rebels. So Higgins and Higgins. We've got lots of Austins today. We've got lots of New Jersey players. Oh, it's been a day. 1-1. 1 out. Bases loaded. And this one is a... well, I'll tell you what Darian was trying to do there. He's trying to go for the grand slam. Sometimes I don't blame players. You're up by 8. Bases are loaded. Wind's blowing out. He went for the downs. He came up empty, and the count 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch, and that one he fouls off. Probably swung at ball 2 there. There's a time for players to not be selfish. And I know a lot of coaches would say they should never be selfish, but when you're up by 8 in the bottom of the 8th and the bases are loaded, I don't fault a player for going for it. He takes that one, 2-2 the count.
If Williams can get on,
Looks like a pinch hitter. Chris Dunn on deck for the Rebels. The 2-2 to Williams, and I'll tell you what, he'll poke that one out to right field, get an RBI. Everybody moves up 90, and that will bring in the 11th run for the Rebels. Been so many runs, I had to check the scoreboard really quick. So he decides to not go for the downs. He saw a big hole between first and second. Dropped it right in between the two to right field for a single and an RBI for Williams. Now that will bring up the pinch hitter, Chris Dunn, now with the bases loaded. Dunn, the switch hitter, will be batting left-handed with the right-handed pitcher out there, red shirt junior transfer. Hendry, the pitcher, just looking for outs. Bases loaded, and the first pitch is done way outside. There is right-handed action in the St. John's bullpen. And the 1-0 to Dunn, a little high, 2-0 the count. Austin Pfeiffer on deck for the Rebels. And the 1-0 to Dunn, and that one. Remember how earlier I told you Williams was swinging for the downs? Dunn was swinging for the downs there. He missed it. 1-2 the count. Dunn batting 167 on the year. He does have a home run and 6 RBI. That one misses. 3-1 the count. Nightmare scenario for a pitcher. Just bad control, bases loaded. I've got a feeling if he doesn't get done here, this might do it for Hendry. And the 3-1, and that one right down the middle and fouled off as it nubs out to Kevin Higgins. As Higgins was trying to make a play at third, but Kevin Higgins, the UNLV base coach, had a better shot at it, and it dropped harmlessly in front. The count now 3-2. So full count, 1 out. Chris Dunn, 6 RBI on the season. And that one high, and he will get his 7th RBI via a walk. So a dozen runs for the Rebels. And Austin Pfeiffer will come up, and guess what? Bases loaded.
First baseman, number 21.
And Hendry is still out there. He was kind of looking at the dugout, and nobody's coming out. So the first pitch to Pfeiffer, and that one drops in for a strike. 0-1 the count. Of course, these are the dream at-bats for a batter. Bases loaded, wind blowing out, no pressure. You're up by 10, bottom of the 8th. You can work on your game here, and the next one drops in for a strike. 0-2. So a little bit less of a dream now for a hitter. 0-2. Looks like nobody up in the Rebel bullpen, so it looks like Woods will be coming out for the 9th. And the 0-2 pitch to Pfeiffer, and that one misses high and outside, and the count is 1-2. Of course, Farm Basket, a proud sponsor of UNLV baseball. Anybody who's a local probably knows about Farm Basket. One and two, Pfeiffer's in there and takes a little bit off of there, does Hendry, and just misses high. The count goes to 2-2.
Well, you've got to respect these umpires on these close pitches. Now that was high, but team's up by 10. Umpires, I'm sure they're getting a little tired, but no, they just keep calling it the way that it should be. The 2-2, and that one in the exact same location. So what that means is misses high. So once again, full count. And I know I'm repeating myself, but something tells me if he walks Pfeiffer, this will be the last one for Hendry. Of course, I did say that last time. And the full count pitch, a swing and a miss. So that is the second out of the inning. So Pfeiffer down on strikes. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth, that'll bring up Grant Robbins.
Right-handed batter. Playing good left field for the Rebels today. Grant 1 for 4 on the day, batting an even .300. And the first pitch misses up and in, 1-0 the count. Henry looks in.
Base is still loaded.
And that one is popped up into left field. In comes the left fielder Abenati now and makes that. But the Rebels tack on 2 more. We'll go to the top of the ninth, 12-2. Rebels on top, live from Early Wilson.
Top of the ninth. Rebels looking to take the first 2 games against St. John's. And Bradley Spooner, the latest pitcher for the Rebels. Chase Maddox in line to get his first win of the season. Spooner comes in. 6 appearances, 6 1/3 innings.
Number 8, Alex Sardinia, staying in the game and catching. Number 38, Gavin Amelbaru.
Now, Gavin Amelbrew will stay in and catch, so
Now pitching for the Rebels, number 26, Bradley Spooner.
the new battery is Spooner to Amelbrew for the Rebels. Top of the ninth. Rebels looking to put this one away, and the first pitch from Spooner is low. Ball 1, so 12-2. Hogan at bat. And the right-handed batter with the 1-0 count. That one just misses inside, 2-0 the count. So Stolte looking to get Spooner some work here. And Spooner looking to get this season on track, and that one fouled off, and the count goes to 2-1. Spooner sets, Looks an Amel Brew, and the 2-1, and that one misses outside. 3-1 the count. Still some dogs here barking the park. They're enjoying the shade now. This one fouled off.
3-2 the count.
Rebels looking for their 5th win of the season. And the 3-2, and that one just misses inside. And the one thing you don't want to do with a 10-run lead is walk the leadoff hitter, and that is what Spooner has done. So now with a runner on, will be number 34, pinch hitting. Or sorry, Colin Weatheroo will come in, not pinch hitting. He's the starting catcher still. Left-handed batter with the runner on first. Spooner sets and delivers, and that one right down the pipe for a strike. And the next one fouled back, and the count quickly 0-2. Spooner sets and delivers, and the 0-2, that one is into left field for a base hit. Grant Robbins quickly gets the ball back in, but St. John's now with 2 on here and nobody out. And that will get somebody thrown up in the Rebel bullpen. Like I said, it's a 10-run lead, but you don't want to get too loosey-goosey with it. David Glancy will now come in to pinch hit for St. John's, the freshman out of Neptune, New Jersey. Neptune, New Jersey. Right on the Jersey Shore. Went to Red Bank Catholic High School. They're known as the Caseys. So David Glancy fouls the first one back. 0-1 the count. Spooner sets and delivers, and this one is popped up to center. And that will be the first out of the inning. So quickly 1 out. Well, or not so quickly 1 out as Gamble puts that one away. So Jake Lazaro will now come in, the left-handed batting freshman. Rebels looking to turn 2 and take this game in the W column. St. John's looking to never say die and keep on batting. Lazaro batting .333. And the first pitch, and that one inside. Nice stop by Amelbrew behind the plate. Gavin had to backhand that and kept the runners from moving up. But would you expect anything else from a kid from Henderson? Spooner sets and delivers in the 1-0. That one right down the pipe for a strike. 1-1 the count. Rebels trying to nail this one down, so A, they don't have to turn on the lights as clouds continue to come into the Clark County area here. The 1-1, and that one is chopped down. Rosenberg, oh, nice play. Backhands it for 1 to second, but not able to turn 2, so it'll be runners at the corners. As I'll say this, Lazaro busted it down to first, but that is the second out of the inning. Nice play by Rosenberg at short, getting it over to Williams. Williams, I mean, there's no way he was going to turn 2 there, but still made a strong throw. But Red Storm down to their final out, and it will be Peter Avenatti, the leadoff hitter, left-handed batter, stepping in. So Rebels up by 10.
Spooner sets and the first pitch. That one in for strike 0-1, the count. Gamble definitely playing to the left of second out there in center field. And the 0-1 pitch, that one a little low. 1-1 the count. Alex Sardina is in at third, should be noted. So going from one Alex Amelbrew to another. That one misses, and the count goes to 2-1 with 2 outs, 2 on. Rebels up by 10, looking to take this series and make tomorrow a chance at a sweep. Rebels will play 2 midweek games against Houston on Tuesday and Wednesday. Spooner sets and delivers the 2-1. Boy, that one was close to hitting Avenatti. Turned out of the way, and the count now 3-1. Wind blowing straight out. And the 3-1, and that one just misses. That one was close, but it did miss, so now the bases will be loaded. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, who already has a home run today, Mike Antico. Let's see if Spooner gets another hitter. It appears he will. So bases loaded. Rebels up by 10. Spooner yet to give up a run, but he is dancing on the edge. Sets and delivers, and that one right in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Rebels trailed one time in this game, and that was at the first after Mike Antico deposited a ball over the center field fence for a 1-run shot. And that one, whoa, that one is blistered down, foul down the right field line. So quickly 0-2. So Spooner ahead in the count. Spooner looking to end this game anyway, anyhow, but I'm sure he would love to do it with a strikeout. And the 0-2, and that one is foul down the right field line again. Down there by the Rebels bullpen. Looks like Isaiah Montoya running out there to get the ball. A long run, and then I see somebody jumping the fence and getting the ball. But he does throw it to Isaiah. So you know what? There we go. That one high and tight, 1-2 the count. Now Isaiah's really running fast back to the dugout. He probably didn't realize he'd get all this time on the radio today, just for running down to get a ball. Now let's reset. It is 1-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Spooner looks in. Boy, he's taking his time, and that will get Antico to step out for a minute. Batter calls timeout. Wise choice, I would think. Bases loaded. And the pitch. And that one, a big swing and a miss. That'll do it. Spooner strikes him out, and the Rebels win 12-2. Rebels' 5th win of the season, and the first win for Chase Maddox. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, will be the next game. The Rebels will go for the sweep against St. John's. Live right here from Earl E. Wilson. Thanks to Magnum back in the studio. I'm Doug Douglas. Until tomorrow, bye-bye. Thank you much, sir.